for the first quarter of the fourth session covering the period between February to April 2025. During the period under review, the committee held 22 sittings, during which it considered 18 statements and 4 bills. The committee considered the Budget Policy Statement 2025 and among others, recommendation. The committee recommended that prior to the embarking of Phase 2 in the implementation of the County Aggregated Industrial Park CAIPs, the Ministry of Investment, Trade, Industry should ensure that all the 19 counties that were in the Phase 1 have fully implemented the aggregated industrial parks. The committee undertook county oversight and networking engagements in Mombasa and Kwale County. During this visit to Kwale County, the committee visited Shimoni Fishing Landing Site and the Kwale Aggregated Industrial Park. In the Mombasa County, the committee visited the Dongo Kundu Special Economic Zone and the East African Tea Trade Association. Following the constitution of the Committee of the Senate, the committee conducted a mini-induction retreat with the Ministry of Cooperative and the Semi-Development and the Ministry of Tourism and Wildlife. The retreat enabled the new members of the committee to familiarize themselves with the relevant ministries and the relevant semi-autonomous government agencies. It also allowed the committee to interact with the leadership in the various ministries. The committee will finalize its mini-induction with the Ministry of Investment and Trade, which is yet to happen. It is had to happen because of scheduling issues. The committee also conducted a retreat to consider the submission received on the Creative Economy Support Bill and the Cooperative Bill 2024. Mr. Speaker, sir, during the period under review, the committee considered the following bills. Number 1A, the Creative Economy Support Bill 2024, Senate Bill number 30 of 2024, the Startup Bill 2022, Senate Bill number 14 of 2022, the Cooperative Bill 2024, National Assembly Bill 7 of 2024, and the Business Laws Amendments Bill 2024, the Senate Bill of 54 of 2024. The committee reviewed the amendments made by the National Assembly on the Startup Bill 2022, Senate Bill number 14 of 2022, with the mover of the bill. The committee is currently in the process of tabling its report. The Creative Economy Support Bill 2024, the Senate Bill 30 of 2024, seek to streamline and monitorize the creative space of the creative in Kenya. The committee consider the submission received following public participation and is currently awaiting to table its report. The Cooperative Bill 2024, the National Assembly Bill 7 of 2024, is a bill that seeks to revamp the cooperative in lines with the current times, with the challenges that have been experienced with the SACCO lately. This bill is timely. The committee has considered the submission received following the public participation and is currently in the process to table the report. The Business Law Amendments Bill 2024, the Senate Bill 54 of 2024, is an omnibus bill that will amend various laws. The committee will consider submission made by the public during the public participation when thereafter table its report on the bill. Mr. Speaker, sir, the committee held a consultative meeting with the Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Investment, Trade and Industry on the pending legislative business. The Cabinet Secretary committed to the full implementation of the County Aggregated Industrial Park in Phase 1. Mr. Speaker, sir, during the consideration of the statement, the committee observed that there was an increase in the number of statements pending before it that required the attention of the relevant Cabinet Secretaries and Governors in person. The committee has therefore scheduled to invite the substantive Cabinet Secretaries and the Governors to appear in the committee on the status of the pending statement relating to the specific mandated. The committee will prioritize the finalization of this pending statement and other legislative business. Honorable Mr. Speaker, sir, In conclusion, I wish to thank your office and the Office of the Clerk of the Senate for the support accorded to the committee in its work in executing its mandate. Lastly, I also wish to thank the members of the committee for the diligence and the contribution during the committee activities and the committee secretariat for the facilitative responsibility. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Chairperson, Standing Committee on Roads. Do we have a member from that committee to represent? Okay, so then we move to the Chairperson Standing Committee on. Well, that matter has already been deferred to a later date. Chairperson Select Committee on County Public Accounts.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I wish to, pursuant to Standing Order 56(1)B, present a statement relating to the activities of the Senate County Public Accounts Committee for the period commencing 11th of February 2025 to 30th of April 2025. Mr. Speaker, it's important to note that those are the dates from which the committee was reconstituted to the end of the third quarter. During the period under review, the committee held a total of 8 sittings that included the election of the chairperson and vice chairperson, consideration of its work plan, and interrogation of reports of the Auditor General on the financial statements of various county executives. Mr. Speaker, sir, as you're aware, on the 1st of October 2024, the High Court in Republic versus Nairobi City County Assembly and another Musumba and 4 others ex parte application E082 of 2023-2024, the citation is there, delivered a judgment which materially affected the mode of operations of the Senate Public Accounts Committee. In light of the above-mentioned judgment, the committee was thereafter compelled to prepare and table its reports for the financial year 2023-2024 by end of March 2025, which were debated and approved by the Senate on Thursday, 27th of March 2025. And Mr. Speaker, sir, because this statement is restricted to 30th of April, perhaps this will come in the next report, because subsequently in May, Justice Aburili delivered a ruling on that matter, and we shall update the House appropriately. Mr. Speaker, sir, taking into account the constitutional timelines provided for in Article 2298, the committee invited 18 governors or county entities to appear before it and requested the rest to submit written management responses. Out of the 18 governors invited, only 4 appeared before the committee. The committee remains deeply concerned by the growing trend of governors failing to honor invitations to appear before Senate committees without offering any justifiable reasons, a practice that amounts to contempt of Parliament. In light of this, the Senate should consider exploring avenues for amending the Parliamentary Powers and Privileges Act 2017 to introduce stricter penalties, including fines, imprisonment, or other punitive measures to safeguard the authority and dignity of Parliament, because, Mr. Speaker, from experience, governors are happy to pay the 500,000 fine and go scot-free. Further, the committee requested the clerks of the 47 county assemblies to submit written management responses. The committee resolved to adopt the Auditor General's reports for 45 county assemblies as submitted by the Auditor General. The committee noted that 2 county assemblies, namely Homa Bay and Migori county assemblies, had adverse opinions, and it prepared its report on the 2 county assemblies, and the reports thereof were tabled and adopted by the Senate. Mr. Speaker, sir, the committee further conducted a comprehensive fiduciary risks analysis from the Auditor General's reports for all 47 counties during the financial year 2023-2024. This rigorous examination revealed systemic weaknesses in public financial management across county governments, with a cumulative fiduciary risk exposure amounting to 532.67 billion. The detailed fiduciary risk report was tabled, presented, and adopted by the Senate on the 27th of March 2025. Mr. Speaker, sir, in terms of budgetary compliance, the committee observed frequent and unauthorized reallocations of development funds towards recurrent expenditures, often without the requisite approval from county assemblies. Moreover, there was a worrying trend of underabsorption of development budgets, leading to poor service delivery and stalled growth initiatives. Human resource management across the counties was equally troubling. Counties were found to engage in rampant irregular recruitment, resulting in the proliferation of ghost workers, casual employees hired beyond statutory limits, and improper remuneration practices, including the overpayment of allowances. Further, the wage bill crisis persisted unabated, with only 11 counties adhering to the 35% wage bill ceiling as prescribed by law. Alarmingly, 16 counties were found to be spending over 50% of their revenue on wages. The committee also noted with concern the matter of pending bills, with counties accumulating debts totaling to 181 billion, and 179 billion of that is owed by county executives and 2 billion by county assemblies. Mr. Speaker, it should concern this House if county assemblies, which generally do not do a lot of development, could still owe 2 billion to service providers. Other troubling practices identified by the committee included the processing of payments outside the IFMIS platform, irregular impress management characterized by multiple unrecovered advances, unauthorized funding of the Council of Governors, and the prevalence of incomplete and unutilized projects. In conclusions, these findings paint a deeply concerning picture of financial governance at the county level, revealing systemic weaknesses in public financial management systems and highlighting potential instances of gross financial malfeasance. Mr. Speaker, sir, because this report was restricted to the period up to 30th of April 2025, when we'll be making our subsequent reports, we shall update the House on how the committee has responded to the ruling delivered by Justice Aburili on May the 7th, and the county visits the committee has organized, and how the committee has planned to ensure that the resolutions of the House of 27th of March are closed, and matters that were referred to investigative agencies are addressed. I wish to express my sincere gratitude to the members of the committee and the dedicated secretariat who worked tirelessly and for long hours to ensure that we are able to consider and adopt reports for all the 47 county executives and 47 county assemblies within the limited time frame, and bring a report to this House on the 27th of March 2025. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Wakili Sigei.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for allowing me the opportunity to read this statement. This is request for statement on the change of revenue collection system and other financial malpractices by the county government of Gov't. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Finance and Budget on a matter of county-wide concern regarding the transition from Jumbo Pay revenue collection system to Gov't Pay revenue collection system and other financial practices by the county government of Gov't. Mr. Speaker, the county government of Gov't has not provided any justification for the transition from the previously functional Jumbo Pay to Gov't Pay, or disclosed details on the procurement process for the new procure system, despite the provisions of Article 201A of the Constitution requiring openness and accountability in financial matters, and Section 104 of the Public Finance Management Act requiring transparency in financial management by the county entities specifically. Additionally, the county government is carrying out revenue collection without an enacted County Finance Act, contrary to Article 210(1) of the Constitution, and continues to collect land rates without an updated valuation roll. Mr. Speaker, in the statement, the committee should address the following. 1, the transition process for the revenue collection system for the county government of Gov't from Jumbo Pay system to Gov't Pay system, including the justification for the transition, its budgetary implication, the structure and extent of the public participation exercise undertaken, if any, by the county government, the approval process for the budgetary allocation for the new system, and whether the procurement process for the new system adhered to the Public Procurement and Assets Disposal Act. 2, how revenue accounts and cash transfers were administered during the transition period. the oversight mechanism in place under the new revenue collection system, including how revenue collection data is being recorded and monitored, and whether any assessments have been done on the new system to evaluate efficiency, transparency, and accountability. 3, the impact of the transition on revenue collection, including a comparative analysis of revenue collection data from before and after the transition. 4, the legal framework governing the county government's revenue collection in the absence of County Finance Act, as well as the methodology applied for land rates collection in the absence of an updated valuation role. Lastly, 5, Mr. Speaker, evidence of the public participation, if any, undertaken by the county government on proposed county finance laws in the financial year 2022-2023, financial year 2023-2024, and financial year 2024-2025. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Now, honorable senators, we're supposed to go for comments. However, I'm informed these are a motion that is supposed to address a crisis in Nyamira County, and I believe we need to give it priority. We have 2 groups, each purporting to be the legitimate county assembly of Nyamira, and each is busy churning bills and laws, not knowing which one is the right house to guide Nyamira County. That is indeed a crisis, and as a house we need to give direction on how things can be put in order in Nyamira County. And therefore, I will, pursuant to Standing Order 45-2, rearrange today's order paper. We will move to handle order number 13, and thereafter we will resume the normal flow as contained in today's order paper. However, before I allow the clerk to call order number 13, allow me to make this communication. Honorable senators, you may walk in and take your seats. Now, honorable senators, I would like to acknowledge the presence in the public gallery this afternoon. Order, honorable senators. Senator Newtu and the majority leader. You should guide your members well. I would like to acknowledge the presence in the public gallery this afternoon of visiting teachers and students from St. Francis Girls Mangu High School in Kiambu County. The delegation comprises 2 teachers and 51 students who are in the Senate for a 1-day academic exposition. Now, honorable senators, in our usual tradition of receiving and welcoming guests to Parliament, I extend a warm welcome to them, and on behalf of the Senate and on my own behalf, wish them a fruitful visit. I will call upon the Senator for Kiambu County to extend a word of welcome under 1 minute. Proceed, Senator Karungo.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity. I take this opportunity to welcome the girls of St. Francis in Mangu, plus the teachers who have come to visit us today. This is the Senate. Of course, I'm your senator, Karungo Wetang'ula, that is my name, and I thank your parents for voting for me. This is a great opportunity for you to come to learn and see what we do at the Senate. The Senate has been described by Kenyans as the last line of defense when it comes to legislation and when it comes to passing motions and laws that really assist and help the common mwananchi. As you learn, feel free to interact with the senators. They're very friendly. And also know our roles are majorly 3. That is representation, that is oversight, and of course, making laws. Once again, karibuni sana. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Clerk, call order number 13.
Order number 13, motion. Progress report of the Standing Committee on Devolution and Intergovernmental Relations on the operational and leadership crisis affecting the County Assembly of Nyamira.
The Chairperson, Standing Committee on Devolution.
Okay. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move the report of the Standing Committee of Devolution and Intergovernmental Relations on the operational and leadership crisis affecting the County Assembly of Nyamira. That the Senate adopts the progress report of the Standing Committee on Devolution and Intergovernmental Relations on the operational and leadership crisis affecting the County Assembly of Nyamira laid on the table of the Senate on Thursday, 17th April 2025. Honorable Speaker, the Senate Standing Committee on Devolution and Intergovernmental Relations reported that long-time standing dispute of the County Assembly of Nyamira that allegedly split the Assembly into two functions. The committee has further concerned that the dispute was affected the smooth functioning of the County Assembly and effective service delivery in the county. Additionally, Honorable Speaker, on Tuesday, 1st April 2025, the Senator for Nyamira, Senator Mogeni, CPS Senior Counsel, MP rose pursuant to Standing Order 53 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Devolution regarding the leadership and operational crisis currently affecting the county of Nyamira. In the statement, the Senator informed the House that the Assembly had split into two rival functions, each conducting parallel sittings in different venues, led by individuals claiming to be the legitimate speaker and clerk. This state of affairs caused confusion, undermine the legislative integrity, and will potentially jeopardize public confidence in the institutions and the oversight role of the Senate. Honorable Speaker, the Senator requested the following. One, the officially designated and gazetted locations of the County Assembly of Nyamira and whether sitting held outside the location were duly approved, tabling evidence. Two, the status and legal standing of business transacted by the two functions, including the adoption of the supplementary budget and other legislative issues made during the standoff. Three, the process through which the two speakers and clerks were appointed and whether due process and relevant standing orders were followed in the installation. Four, the steps taken by the relevant constitutional and intergovernmental bodies to resolve the leadership dispute, to resolve the leadership dispute and restore order in the county. The Senator further recommended that the committee initiates and leads a reconciliation and mediation process to return the Assembly into institutional normalcy and safeguard the rule of law and protect the interests of the residents of Nyamira. Honorable Speaker, the Committee of Devolution considered the matter and invited both functions to a meeting of the committee on 8th of April 2025 to address the Committee on the dispute. The individuals were Hon Thaddeus Nyamboro and Hon Enoch Okwero, both claiming to be the legitimate speaker, and Duke Oyare and Sylvanus Ndemo, both claiming to be the legitimate clerk. The committee also invited the Controller of Budget to provide information on financial issues arising from the approval of the budget, county budget, and acquisitions. Honorable Speaker, the committee conducted extensive discussions with the stakeholders regarding the matter noting that the major issues arising from the deliberation. Further, the committee did an in-depth analysis into the issue emerging from the stakeholders' submissions and made various observations as set out on the report. In the report, the committee observed that, 1, there were 2 functions that consist of separate leadership structure, including speakers, clerks, and assembly service board, leading to confusion, legal uncertainty, and inability of the county assembly to effectively fulfill its constitutional duties. The 2 warring functions have an intense dispute that have culminated in numerous cases being filed before various courts, which have further complicated the situation in the assembly. Some of these courts include Nyamira High Court, E008 of 2024 by Enoch Okero versus Nyamira County Assembly, and others, challenging the suspension of Hon Enoch Okero as the Speaker. 2, petition number ELRC E001 of 2024 at the Kisii High Court, Enoch Okero and others versus the County Assembly of Nyamira and Acting Clerk County Assembly, challenging the impeachment of the Hon Enoch Okero as a Speaker. 3, the High Court, case number E007/2025 County Assembly of Nyamira versus State Law Office and the county government, the government printers, challenging the legality of various gazette notices. 4, High Court number E001/2025 Edwin Oshogo versus IBC and Nyamira County Assembly and others, challenging the election of Hon Thaddeus Omanyi Nyambaro as a Speaker of the County Assembly of Nyamira. 5, High Court number E050 of 2025, High Court in Milimani, County Assembly of Nyamira versus Central Bank of Kenya, regarding the granting Mr. Selvas Ndemo partial access to the bank accounts of the County Assembly to facilitate payment of salaries for MCAs, staff, ward office, remittance of KRA taxes and associated reductions, and payment to essential services providers. All these cases are currently active and live in court. The County Assembly of Nyamira also faces operational challenges owing to ongoing parallel County Assembly sittings held by 2 functions, each claiming legitimacy on one function holding its sitting in gazetted wards and the other holding its sitting within the County Assembly chamber. 2, the contestation of the office of the Speaker has the direct consequences affecting all other County Assembly service structures, therefore making it imperative for the legitimate Speaker to be ascertained. Based on these findings and observation, the committee made the following interim recommendations. 1, in accordance with Section 7B2 of the County Act, CAB 265, which provides for the location of sitting of County Assembly, and in particular, subsection 2, which provides as follows. Except for a sitting of a new County Assembly under subsection 1, a sitting of a County Assembly may be held at any place within the county and may commence at any time as the County Assembly may appoint. But there was no resolution on this from the Assembly. And Gazette Notice 7653 of 2017, the sitting of the County Assembly be held at the County Assembly premises located in Nyamira Assembly Building opposite Kenya Industrial Estate, Nyamira. And 2, that pending the determination of the court cases, the County Assembly resumes its normal operations in accordance to the Constitution, the County Government Act, and the standing orders of the County Assembly. Honorable Speaker, the committee has planned to visit Nyamira on 23rd of May to go and reconcile the 2 warring function groups, the two warring factions, and also to meet the senator of Nyamira, Honorable Mogweni, and the governor, because we feel that, from our observation, I think this is politically motivated, and the both two leaders are actually engaging different groups and functions. And therefore, we believe that if they also meet the two of us, the two of them, and the committee will be able to solve this problem. And I hope our Honorable Senator is here, and will be able to assist the committee during our visit, because I feel this thing is actually politically motivated, and it is actually the two functions belong to at least one to the senator and the other one to the governor, from my observation. Honorable Speaker, having said that, may I take this opportunity to commend the members of the committee to their devotion and commitment to duty as the committee continues to consider this matter. I also wish to thank the Office of the Speaker and the Clerk for the Senate for the support extended to the committee in undertaking these important assignments. Lastly, I wish to thank the stakeholders who presented their submissions to the committee. Honorable Speaker, with those few many remarks, I wish to move this motion and request the House to adopt the progress report of the Standing Committee on Devolution and on its considerations of the operational and leadership crisis affecting the County Assembly. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Who is seconding your motion, Senator Abbas?
Langwa. Second. The committee member. No, I hear. Honorable Speaker, sorry. I request Honorable Langwa, who is a member of the committee, to second.
Proceed, Honorable Karungo Thangwa. Proceed.
I second.
Wonderful. Now, Honorable Senators, the motion has now been moved. I will therefore proceed to propose the question. That the Senate adopt the progress report of the Standing Committee on Devolution and Intergovernmental Relations on the operational and leadership crisis affecting the County Assembly of Nyamira, laid on the table of the Senate on Thursday, the 17th of April, 2025. Now, Honorable Senators, this is a motion. And in our standing orders, you have 20 minutes. You may want to take the 20 minutes. And if you, then you know exactly what to do if you want to limit debate. That is not in my hands. Yes, Senator Gloria.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to request that we limit the debate to 5 minutes per senator.
Under what standing order?
Under Standing Order 110. No, not 110 is adjournment. I don't want to adjourn the debate. Yes, under the Standing Order for Limitation of 111. 111, limitation of debates.
Now, Honorable Senators, we may go through the whole hog and I end up putting a question, or we may strike a consensus on the time allocated per senator to speak. Do we then agree that we'll speak 5 minutes? Yes. 5 minutes? There is no senator on their feet, Professor. Yes, but not now. Let's handle this limitation first. Do we have a consensus that a senator speaking shall not take more than 5 minutes? Very well. Yes, Senator for Kisumu.
I think.